In a small village nestled deep within the African savanna, there lived a woman named Amina. She was known far and wide for her beauty, but also for her ruthless ambition. Her eyes gleamed with a desire for wealth and status, and she would stop at nothing to achieve her dreams. Amina had a daughter named Sade, a kind and gentle soul whose heart was as pure as the clear blue skies above their village. Sade was beloved by all who knew her for her compassion and grace. Despite their humble means, she found joy in the simple things in life and was content with their modest existence. However, Amina's heart was filled with greed. She envied the rich merchants and landowners who flaunted their wealth and lived in opulence. She yearned for the day when she could hold her head high among them, and her daughter Sade was the key to her aspirations. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Amina summoned Sade to their small thatched hut. The air was heavy with tension as Sade entered, sensing that her mother had something important to discuss. "Sade," Amina began, her voice stern and unwavering, "you are of age now, and it's time you understood the realities of this world. Our lives can change for the better, but it requires sacrifice and determination." Sade listened attentively, her heart pounding with a mixture of anticipation and fear. She respected her mother deeply, though she often struggled to understand the depth of her ambition. "There are wealthy men in our village," Amina continued, her eyes narrowing as she spoke. "Men who would pay handsomely for your company. If you were to entertain them, we could live a life of comfort and luxury." Sade's eyes widened in shock. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Mother, you cannot be serious. How can you ask me to do such a thing?" Amina's expression hardened. "You are naive, Sade. This is the way of the world. The rich hold the power, and if we are to rise above our station, we must play their game." Tears welled up in Sade's eyes as she pleaded with her mother. "But mother, I cannot betray my principles. I cannot sell myself for wealth. There must be another way." Amina's face twisted with anger. "Foolish girl, you do not understand the sacrifices I have made for you, the dreams I have for our future. You will do as I say, or you will face the consequences." Sade fled from the hut, her heart heavy with sorrow and confusion. She ran to the edge of the village, where the tall grasses of the savannah swayed gently in the evening breeze. She collapsed to the ground, her tears soaking the earth beneath her. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Sade made a vow to herself. She would not succumb to her mother's demands. She would find another way to bring honor and prosperity to their family, one that did not compromise her integrity or dignity. Days turned into weeks, and Sade continued to resist her mother's increasingly harsh punishments. Amina's anger grew with each passing day, and the once warm and loving home became a place of cold hostility. Sade sought solace in the company of her friends and neighbors who admired her strength and resilience. Among them was a young man named Kofi, a farmer with a heart as kind as Sade's. He had long admired her from afar, and seeing her struggle pained him deeply. One day, as they sat beneath the shade of a baobab tree, Kofi spoke up. "Sade, you are stronger than anyone I know. Your spirit shines bright even in the darkest of times. I believe in you, and I want to help you find a way to achieve your dreams without compromising who you are." Sade looked into Kofi's earnest eyes and felt a glimmer of hope. "Thank you, Kofi. Your words mean more to me than you could ever know. Together we will find a way." With Kofi's support, Sade began to explore new opportunities. She sought out the village elders, who were wise and experienced, and asked for their guidance. They taught her the skills of traditional crafts, such as weaving and pottery, and encouraged her to use her talents to create beautiful works of art. Sade's creations quickly gained the admiration of the villagers and soon attracted the attention of traders from neighboring towns. Her intricate designs and meticulous craftsmanship set her apart, and her reputation as a skilled artisan grew. Amina watched in disbelief as her daughter's hard work and dedication brought prosperity to their family. Despite her initial resistance, she could not deny the positive changes that Sade's efforts had brought. Their modest hut transformed into a comfortable home filled with the warmth of love and respect. In time, Amina's heart softened. She saw the error of her ways and realized that true wealth came not from material possessions, but from the love and support of those around her. She apologized to Sade for her harshness and begged for her forgiveness. Sade, with her kind and forgiving nature, embraced her mother and assured her that all was forgiven. Together, they celebrated their newfound harmony and the lessons they had learned. As the village continued to prosper, Sadi and Kofi's bond grew stronger. They became inseparable, united by their shared values and dreams. They married in a joyous celebration, surrounded by the love of their friends and family. And so, in the heart of the African savannah, a tale of resilience, integrity, and true wealth unfolded. Sadi's unwavering spirit and determination had not only transformed her own life, but had also brought light and hope to her entire community. The morning sun cast a warm glow over the village as Sade and Kofi began their day. The once struggling family now thrived, thanks to Sade's newfound skills and determination. Amina had fully embraced her daughter's success, and their bond had grown stronger than ever. Sade's pottery and weaving had gained a reputation beyond their village, attracting traders from far and wide. One day, a mysterious stranger arrived at their village. He was dressed in fine clothes and carried an air of importance. His name was Bakari, a wealthy merchant who had heard of Sade's exceptional talents. He approached her humble workshop with a proposition. "Sade, your artistry is renowned, and I have come to offer you a unique opportunity," Bakari said, his voice smooth and persuasive. "Join me in my travels, and together we will bring your creations to the most prestigious markets. You will gain wealth and recognition beyond your wildest dreams." Sade listened carefully, her heart racing with excitement and apprehension. She had always dreamed of sharing her art with the world, but she was wary of leaving her family and the village that had nurtured her talents. She looked to Kofi for guidance, and he nodded, encouraging her to take the leap. With her mother's blessing and Kofi's support, Sade agreed to Bakari's offer. They set off the next morning, leaving behind the familiar comforts of home. As they traveled from village to village, Sade marveled at the diversity and beauty of the land. Her creations were met with admiration and awe, and she quickly became a celebrated figure in the artisan community. Bakari proved to be a shrewd and ambitious partner. Under his guidance, Sade's business flourished and her reputation soared. However, as time passed, she began to sense a darker side to Bakari's intentions. He was not content with mere success, he craved power and control. One evening, as they prepared for a grand exhibition in a bustling town, Bakari approached Sade with a new proposal. "Sade, we have achieved great things together, but there is so much more we can do. I have connections with powerful people who can elevate us to unimaginable heights. All I ask is your trust and loyalty." Sade felt a chill run down her spine. She had come to realize that Bakari's ambition was boundless, and she feared what lengths he might go to achieve his goals. She politely declined his offer, determined to remain true to her values and the lessons she had learned from her village. Bakari's demeanor changed instantly. His charm gave way to anger, and he lashed out at Saad, accusing her of ingratitude and betrayal. "You foolish girl, do you not see the opportunities I have given you? Without me, you are nothing." Sade stood her ground, her resolve unwavering. "Bakari, I am grateful for what we have accomplished, but I will not sacrifice my integrity for power. My art is a reflection of my heart and soul, and I will not compromise that for anyone." Bakari's eyes burned with fury, but he knew he could not force Saad to comply. He stormed out of the room, leaving her alone with her thoughts. Saad felt a sense of relief wash over her, but also a lingering fear of what Bakari might do next. The following days were tense as Sade continued her work, always looking over her shoulder. She found solace in her craft, pouring her emotions into each piece she created. Her art spoke of resilience, hope, and the strength of the human spirit. Word of Saad's conflict with Bakari spread, and she received an outpouring of support from fellow artisans and villagers. They admired her courage and stood by her side, offering protection and solidarity. Sade realized that she was not alone. She had a community that valued her for who she was, not just for her talents. Bakari, realizing that his influence was waning, left the town in search of new ventures. Sade felt a weight lift from her shoulders, and she knew it was time to return home. She longed for the simplicity and warmth of her village, where she could create without fear and be surrounded by those she loved. As she made her way back, Saad reflected on her journey. She had faced many challenges and had grown stronger with each one. She had learned that true wealth lay not in material possessions or power, but in the love and support of her community and the integrity of her soul. When Sade finally arrived at her village, she was greeted with open arms. Amina and Kofi were overjoyed to see her, and they celebrated her return with a grand feast. Saadi sheds. The moon hung high in the sky, its silvery light bathing the village in a serene glow. Saad felt a deep sense of peace as she lay in her bed, listening to the rhythmic sounds of the night. The cicadas sang their timeless song, and the gentle breeze rustled the leaves outside her window. She was home, and she was content. Morning came, bringing with it the promise of a new day. Sadeh awoke early, eager to resume her work. She had missed the feel of clay in her hands, the soothing rhythm of the loom. As she stepped outside, she was greeted by the familiar sights and sounds of the village. Children played in the dusty streets, women chatted as they carried water from the well, and men prepared for a day of labor in the fields. Said made her way to her workshop, where she found her tools and materials just as she had left them. She set to work, her hands moving with practiced ease. As she worked, she thought about the people she had met during her travels, the lessons she had learned. Each piece she created told a story, a reflection of her experiences and the people who had touched her life. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, visitors began to arrive at her workshop. Word of her return had spread quickly, and people from neighboring villages had come to see her work. Among them was an elderly woman named Nana, a respected elder and storyteller. She had long admired Saadi's talents and had come to offer her blessings. "Saadi, my child," Nana said, her voice gentle and warm, "your art speaks to the heart. It carries the wisdom of our ancestors and the spirit of our people. I am proud of you, and I know that your work will inspire many." Saadi smiled, deeply moved by Nana's words. "Thank you, Nana. Your support means everything to me. I have learned so much, and I hope to continue growing and sharing my art with the world." Nana nodded, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Remember, Saadi, that true art comes from the soul. It is not just about skill, but about the love and passion you pour into it. Never lose sight of that, and you will continue to shine." The days passed in a blur of activity. Saadi's workshop became a hub of creativity and community. People came to learn from her, to share their own stories and talents. She held classes for the children, teaching them the ancient crafts of weaving and pottery. The village buzzed with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. One evening, as Saadi was finishing a particularly intricate piece, she heard a knock at her door. She opened it to find a stranger standing there, a tall man with a regal bearing. He introduced himself as Aid, a prince from a distant kingdom. He had heard of Saad's talents and had come to seek her help. "Greetings, Said," Aid said, his voice deep and commanding. "I have come a long way to find you. My kingdom is in need of your skills. We face a time of great turmoil, and I believe that your art can bring hope and healing to my people." Saide listened intently, her heart going out to the prince and his plight. She agreed to help, and together they made plans to travel to his kingdom. Kofi, always by her side, insisted on accompanying her, and Amina gave her blessing with a proud smile. As they journeyed to the distant land, Sada and Kofi encountered many challenges. The roads were long and treacherous, and they faced dangers from wild animals and bandits. But their determination never wavered, and they pressed on, driven by the knowledge that their efforts could make a difference. When they finally arrived at the prince's kingdom, they were met with a scene of despair. The once prosperous land was now ravaged by conflict and suffering. The people were weary and disheartened, their spirits broken by years of hardship. Sadeh set to work immediately, using her art to bring comfort and hope to the people. She organized workshops and communal projects, encouraging everyone to participate. Slowly but surely, the mood began to lift. The villagers found solace in the creative process, and their spirits were renewed. One day, as Sadeh was working on a large mural with the help of the villagers, a young girl approached her. The girl's eyes were wide with wonder as she watched Saad's skilled hands bring the mural to life. "Can you teach me?" the girl asked shyly. "I want to make beautiful things like you." Said smiled warmly. "Of course, little one. Everyone has the ability to create beauty. All you need is a kind heart and a willingness to learn." Under Saad's guidance, the girl flourished. She showed a natural talent for painting, and her work soon became an integral part of the communal projects. The village began to transform, the once dreary streets now filled with color and life. The prince watched in amazement as his people regained their hope and strength. As the months passed, the kingdom began to heal. Saad's art had brought the people together, rekindling their sense of community and purpose. The prince, deeply grateful for her help, offered her a place of honor in his court. But Saadi, ever humble, declined. "Your people have their strength and creativity within them," she said. "They just needed a reminder. My place is with my own people, where I can continue to grow and learn." The prince respected her decision and bade her farewell with deep gratitude. Saad and Kofi returned to their village, where they were welcomed back as heroes. Their experiences had only strengthened their bond, and they continued to work side by side, bringing beauty and joy to their community. Sade's story spread far and wide, inspiring others to follow their passions and stay true to their values. Her art, a reflection of her journey and the people she had met along the way, continued to bring light and hope to all who beheld it. And as the sun set over the village, casting a golden glow on the land, Said knew that her work was far from over. Under the watchful eyes of the elders, the village had become a beacon of creativity and unity. Said and Kofi worked tirelessly, their hands bringing to life the beauty of their culture and traditions. Saad's art had become a testament to resilience and hope, inspiring many to discover their own talents. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange and pink, a group of travelers arrived at the village. They were led by a man named Jabari, a renowned storyteller known for his captivating tales and wisdom. He had heard of Sade's remarkable journey and had come to meet her. "Sade," Jabari began, his voice rich and melodic, "I have heard much about your talents and the way you have brought life to this village. I have a tale to share with you, one that I believe holds great significance." Intrigued, Sade invited Jabari to sit by the fire. The villagers gathered around, eager to hear the story. Jabari began, weaving a tale of ancient times, of a legendary queen named Zuri, who ruled with wisdom and compassion. "Queen Zuri was beloved by her people," Jabari said, his eyes reflecting the flickering flames. "Her kingdom thrived under her rule, a land of prosperity and peace. But one day, a great drought struck the land, threatening to destroy all that she had built." The villagers listened intently, their faces illuminated by the firelight. Sade felt a deep connection to the story, sensing that it held a message meant for her. "Queen Zuri sought the counsel of the village elders," Jabari continued. "They told her of a sacred grove hidden deep within the forest, where a magical spring could be found. This spring had the power to restore life to the land, but it could only be discovered by one with a pure heart and selfless spirit." Determined to save her people, Queen Zuri embarked on a quest to find the spring. She faced many trials and challenges along the way, but her unwavering determination and compassion guided her. After many days of searching, Jabari said, his voice rising with excitement, Queen Zuri found the sacred grove. She knelt by the spring and prayed for her people. The waters flowed, bringing life back to the parched land. The kingdom flourished once more, and Queen Zuri's legacy of love and sacrifice lived on for generations. As Jabari finished his tale, the villagers erupted in applause. Sade sat in silence, her mind racing with thoughts. The story of Queen Zuri resonated deeply with her, reminding her of the importance of selflessness and the power of a pure heart. Jabari turned to Sade, his eyes filled with understanding. "Sade, you have the spirit of Queen Zuri within you. Your art has the power to heal and inspire. Never forget the impact you can have on the world." Saad thanked Jabari for his wisdom, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. She realized that her work was not just about creating beauty, but about making a difference in the lives of others. With this newfound clarity, she decided to embark on a new project, one that would unite the village and celebrate their shared heritage. She proposed creating a grand mural that would tell the story of their people, from the ancient times of their ancestors to the present day. The villagers were excited by the idea and eagerly offered their help. Sade divided the mural into sections, each representing a different era, and assigned each section to a group of villagers. As they worked together, painting and weaving their stories into the mural, a sense of unity and pride filled the village. Elders shared their knowledge of the past, while the younger generation brought fresh perspectives and creativity. The mural became a living testament to their history and culture, a symbol of their collective strength and resilience. One day, as Sade was working on a section of the mural, she noticed a young boy watching her intently. He was shy and hesitant, but his eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Would you like to help?" Saad asked, offering him a brush. The boy nodded eagerly and joined her. Under her guidance, he began to paint, his strokes tentative at first, but growing more confident with each passing moment. Sade realized that this boy, like many others in the village, had untapped potential waiting to be discovered. Encouraged by this experience, Saad decided to start a mentoring program for the village children. She invited them to her workshop, teaching them the skills of pottery, weaving, and painting. The children flourished under her guidance, their talents blossoming in ways they had never imagined. The mural, now nearing completion, had become a masterpiece. It told the story of the village with vibrant colors and intricate details, capturing the essence of their heritage and the spirit of their people. When it was finally unveiled, the villagers gathered to celebrate, their hearts swelling with pride and joy. Jabari, who had stayed in the village to witness the transformation, spoke to the crowd. "This mural is more than just art. It is a testament to your strength, your unity, and your resilience. It is a reminder that together you can overcome any challenge and create a future filled with hope and possibility." As the celebration continued late into the night, Saida felt a profound sense of fulfillment. She had found her purpose, not just in creating art, but in empowering others to discover their own potential. Her work had become a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration for all who encountered it. And so, under the stars of the African sky, the village thrived, its people united by a shared vision and a collective spirit. Saad knew that her journey was far from over, but she embraced each new challenge with the same unwavering determination and compassion that had guided her from the beginning. The village hummed with life and creativity, the mural standing as a vibrant testament to their shared heritage. One afternoon, as Saad was teaching a group of children the delicate art of pottery, a messenger arrived with news that sent ripples through the community. A neighboring village, known for its skilled craftsmen and beautiful textiles, had been struck by a series of misfortunes. Crops had failed, and a devastating fire had destroyed many homes and workshops. The villagers were struggling to rebuild their lives, and they needed help. Sade gathered the elders and explained the situation. She proposed that they extend their hands in solidarity, offering their skills and resources to aid their neighbors. The villagers agreed, recognizing the importance of unity and support in times of hardship. With a sense of urgency and purpose, Said and a group of volunteers set off for the afflicted village. Upon arrival, they were met with scenes of devastation and despair. The once thriving community was now a shadow of its former self, the air heavy with the scent of smoke and loss. Sade approached the village leader, a dignified woman named Amma. "We have come to help," Sade said, her voice filled with compassion. "Together we can rebuild and restore what has been lost." Amma's eyes filled with gratitude as she welcomed Sade and her group. They immediately set to work, dividing tasks based on their skills. Some began rebuilding homes, while others focused on restoring the workshops and crafting new tools. Sade organized art sessions for the children, helping to lift their spirits and provide a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. As the days passed, the two communities grew closer, bound by a common goal. Sade's teachings and the volunteers' efforts sparked a renewed sense of hope and determination. The villagers worked side by side, sharing stories, laughter, and tears. Slowly but surely, the signs of recovery began to emerge. One evening, as Sade and Amma sat by a small fire, Amma shared her concerns. "We have lost so much," she said, her voice tinged with sorrow. "Our traditions, our way of life, it feels like everything is slipping away." Sade placed a comforting hand on Amma's shoulder. "Your spirit remains unbroken, Amma. Traditions are not just objects or buildings, they live in our hearts and actions. We will preserve and celebrate your heritage, just as we have done with ours." Inspired by Sade's words, Amma decided to organize a festival to honor their ancestors and traditions. The festival would also serve as a symbol of resilience and rebirth. Sade and her volunteers eagerly offered their assistance, helping to plan and prepare for the event. The festival day arrived, and the village was transformed into a vibrant celebration of culture and history. Colorful banners fluttered in the breeze, and the air was filled with the sounds of music and laughter. Traditional foods were prepared, and elders shared stories of the past, ensuring that their heritage would be remembered and cherished. Said and the children unveiled a new mural, painted on the wall of a rebuilt workshop. The mural depicted scenes of the village's history, from its founding to the recent hardships and the subsequent recovery. It stood as a powerful symbol of endurance and hope. The Guardian of Tales was brought forth, its presence immediately lifting the spirits of all who beheld it. Saad and her companions secured the artifact and prepared to return it to the elders who had entrusted them with this mission. Chuma, stripped of his ill-gotten gains and faced with the unity of the villagers, retreated with his men, leaving behind a community that was stronger and more united than ever. As Saad and her companions journeyed back to the village of the elders, they carried with them not just the artifact, but a renewed sense of purpose and accomplishment. The return of the Guardian of Tales was met with great celebration, and the elders expressed their deepest gratitude to Said and her friends. The ceremony to restore the statue to its rightful place was filled with music, dance, and storytelling. The elders shared ancient tales that had been safeguarded by the Guardian of Tales, ensuring that the wisdom of their ancestors would continue to inspire future generations. Sadeh, standing amidst the jubilant crowd, felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had once again seen the power of unity and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Her heart swelled with pride and joy, knowing that she had played a part in restoring not just an artifact, but a vital piece of a community's soul. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the land, Saad and her companions prepared to return home. The journey had been arduous and filled with challenges, but it had also been a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of solidarity. Back in their village, life resumed with a renewed sense of purpose. Saad continued her work, her art now infused with the experiences and lessons learned during the quest. The villagers, inspired by her bravery and determination, embraced the values of unity and cultural preservation with even greater fervor. In the heart of the African savannah, Saadi's legacy grew, her story becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who heard it. The Guardian of Tales stood as a symbol of the enduring power of heritage and the unbreakable bonds of community, a testament to the spirit of a people who had found strength in their shared history and dreams. Life in the village had found a harmonious rhythm once again, and the spirit of community was stronger than ever. Sadeh continued to inspire with her art, and the bond between the villagers deepened with each shared story and collective effort. One morning a traveler arrived, bringing news of a great festival in the capital city. This event, held once every decade, was a celebration of culture and heritage, drawing people from all corners of the land to share their crafts, music, and traditions. The traveler invited the village to participate, emphasizing the honor and prestige of being part of such a grand gathering. The villagers were excited by the prospect of showcasing their unique talents and learning from others. Sadeh, seeing this as an opportunity to further their mission of preserving and celebrating their heritage, eagerly accepted the invitation. Preparations began in earnest, with everyone contributing their skills to create a representation of their village's rich culture. The journey to the capital city was long and arduous, but the villagers remained undeterred. They traveled with determination, carrying their crafts, musical instruments, and stories with pride. Along the way, they encountered other groups heading to the festival, each with their own unique traditions and tales to share. Upon arriving in the bustling city, the villagers were awed by the sights and sounds that greeted them. The streets were alive with activity, and the air was filled with the scent of exotic foods and the melodies of diverse musical styles. They set up their booth in the grand marketplace, where artisans from all over the land displayed their works. The festival was a whirlwind of colors, sounds, and flavors. Sadeh and her fellow villagers took turns showcasing their pottery, weaving, and paintings, while others performed traditional dances and shared folktales. The response from the festival goers was overwhelmingly positive, with many expressing admiration for the beauty and craftsmanship of their work. One evening, as Sadeh was finishing a demonstration of her pottery techniques, she was approached by an elderly man dressed in elaborate robes. He introduced himself as Chief Namdi, one of the organizers of the festival and a respected leader in the capital. "Your work is extraordinary, Sadeh," Chief Namdi said, his voice filled with admiration. "It is clear that your art carries the essence of your culture and the spirit of your people. I would like to extend a special invitation for you to present your work at the closing ceremony, where the finest talents of the festival are honored." Saad was deeply humbled by the invitation and accepted with gratitude. The news spread quickly through the village, filling everyone with pride and excitement. They knew that this was not just an honor for Sadeh, but for their entire community. The night of the closing ceremony arrived, and the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. The grand stage was illuminated by torches, and a large crowd had gathered to witness the final performances. Sadie stood backstage, her heart pounding with a mixture of nerves and excitement. As her name was called, Sade stepped onto the stage, greeted by a wave of applause. She took a deep breath and began her presentation, speaking of her village, the importance of preserving cultural heritage, and the stories behind her art. She demonstrated her pottery techniques, each movement deliberate and graceful, capturing the audience's attention. When she finished, the crowd erupted in applause, their appreciation evident in their cheers and smiles. Chief Namdi stepped forward, presenting Saad with a beautifully crafted medallion, symbolizing excellence and cultural contribution. "Saadi," Chief Namdi said, his voice carrying across the assembly, "your dedication to preserving and celebrating your heritage is an inspiration to us all. You remind us of the importance of our roots and the beauty of our diverse traditions. This festival is enriched by your presence." As the ceremony continued, Sade returned to her fellow villagers, the medallion a symbol of their collective achievement. They celebrated together, their hearts filled with pride and joy. The festival had been an incredible experience, strengthening their resolve to continue their mission of cultural preservation. The next day, as the festival drew to a close, the villagers prepared to return home. They packed their belongings and bid farewell to the friends and connections they had made. The journey back was filled with reflections on the festival, the new ideas and inspirations they had gathered, and the bonds they had strengthened. Back in the village, life resumed with a renewed sense of purpose. The experience of the festival had left a lasting impact, fueling their creativity and commitment to their heritage. Saad continued to create, her work now infused with the richness of the experiences and stories she had encountered at the festival. The villagers, inspired by the recognition and honor they had received, embraced their cultural practices with even greater enthusiasm. They organized their own local festivals, inviting neighboring communities to join in the celebration of their shared history and traditions. In the heart of the African savanna, the village flourished, its people united by their love of their heritage and the strength of their community. Sada's art continued to shine as a beacon of hope and inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of culture and the unbreakable bonds of a people who cherished their past and looked forward to the future with hope and determination. Under the vast African sky, the village bustled with life, each day bringing new stories and challenges. Sade's art had become a central part of their identity, and her influence extended far beyond their borders. One afternoon, as the sun cast long shadows over the village, a young boy named Tundi arrived with urgent news. "A caravan approaches from the north," he announced, his breath quick with excitement. "They say they are healers and wish to share their knowledge with us." Curiosity and anticipation swept through the community. Healers were revered, and their wisdom could bring invaluable benefits. Said and the elders welcomed the caravan with open arms, eager to learn from these visitors. The caravan was led by a wise woman named Zara, her presence serene yet commanding. She greeted the villagers warmly and began sharing stories of her travels, the knowledge she had gained, and the remedies she had discovered. Her companions, skilled in various healing arts, demonstrated their techniques and offered to teach those willing to learn. Sade was particularly drawn to Zara's tales of medicinal plants and their uses. She saw an opportunity to expand her understanding of nature's gifts and integrate this knowledge into her art. With Zara's guidance, she began to explore the surrounding forests and plains, gathering herbs and learning their properties. Days turned into weeks as the villagers immersed themselves in the wisdom of the healers. The village became a vibrant center of learning and exchange, with new practices being integrated into their daily lives. Said's workshop buzzed with activity as she combined her artistic talents with her newfound knowledge of healing, creating pieces that not only pleased the eye, but also served a purpose. One evening, Zara approached Saad with a request. "There is a village far to the east that suffers greatly from illness and hardship. They lack the knowledge and resources to heal their people. Would you join us in bringing aid to them?" Without hesitation, Sade agreed. She gathered her supplies and alongside Zara and the other healers, set off for the distant village. The journey was long and arduous, but their determination and sense of purpose drove them forward. Upon arrival, they were met with scenes of suffering and despair. The villagers were thin and weak, their faces etched with the pain of chronic illness. Zara and her team immediately began their work, administering remedies and teaching the people how to use the plants around them for healing. Sade, meanwhile, used her art to uplift and inspire. She painted vibrant murals on the walls of their homes, depicting scenes of health and vitality. She taught the children how to craft simple pottery and weave colorful tapestries, bringing moments of joy and distraction from their suffering. As the days passed, the combined efforts of the healers and Saad began to make a difference. The villagers grew stronger, their health improving with each passing day. The community, once resigned to their fate, found new hope and strength. One day, as Saad was working on a particularly intricate mural, a young girl named Amina approached her. "Your paintings make me feel happy," Amina said, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Can you teach me how to paint like you?" Sadeh smiled warmly. "Of course, Amina. Art has the power to heal the soul, just as medicine heals the body. I would be honored to teach you." Under Sadeh's guidance, Amina's talent blossomed. She quickly became adept at painting, her works reflecting the joy and resilience of her spirit. The village soon recognized Amina's gift, and her art became a source of pride and inspiration for all. As the village continued to heal, Zara and Sadeh knew it was time to return to their own communities. They left behind a legacy of knowledge and hope, confident that the villagers would continue to thrive. The farewells were filled with gratitude and promises to stay connected, the bonds forged in hardship and healing unbreakable. Returning to her own village, Sadeh was greeted with open arms and joyous celebration. The villagers listened intently as she recounted her experiences and the impact their efforts had made. Inspired by her stories, they redoubled their commitment to learning and sharing knowledge, understanding that their strength lay in their unity and willingness to help others. Sadeh's workshop became a place of even greater significance, where art, healing, and community intertwined. She continued to create pieces that reflected the stories of her travels, each one infused with the lessons she had learned and the lives she had touched. As the seasons changed, the village flourished. The exchange of knowledge with other communities enriched their lives, and the bonds they had formed brought new opportunities and friendships. Sadeh's influence grew, her art and teaching spreading far and wide, a testament to the power of compassion, resilience, and the enduring spirit of her people. The village thrived in a newfound era of knowledge and unity. Saad's influence continued to weave through the daily lives of the people, her art and wisdom a constant source of inspiration. One afternoon, as Saad was adding the final touches to a new mural, a commotion arose at the edge of the village. A group of nomadic traders had arrived, their colorful caravan a sight to behold. They brought exotic goods, stories from distant lands, and news of a grand event taking place in the coastal city, an annual gathering of the greatest storytellers, artists, and musicians from across the continent. The traders extended an invitation to Saad and her village, urging them to participate and share their rich heritage. The village buzzed with excitement at the prospect of this event. The elders saw it as an opportunity to honor their traditions and forge new connections. Preparations began in earnest, with everyone contributing their talents to create a stunning display of their culture. Saad, along with a group of artisans, musicians, and storytellers, prepared for the journey to the coast. The road to the coastal city was filled with anticipation and camaraderie. Along the way, they encountered other groups heading to the gathering, each with their own unique contributions. The shared purpose created a bond among the travelers, a sense of unity in their diversity. Upon arrival, the coastal city dazzled with its grandeur and vibrant energy. The event was already in full swing, with tents and stalls showcasing a dazzling array of art, music, and storytelling. The air buzzed with excitement as people from different regions mingled, exchanging stories and admiring each other's works. Sada and her group set up their area, their display quickly attracting attention with its vivid colors and intricate designs. Musicians played traditional melodies, their rhythms drawing people in, while storytellers captivated audiences with tales of bravery, love, and wisdom. Sadeh's artwork, depicting the rich history and spirit of her village, drew admirers from near and far. As the days passed, Sadeh found herself immersed in a whirlwind of cultural exchange. She met artists and storytellers from across the continent, each encounter enriching her understanding and sparking new ideas. One evening, she was approached by a revered elder named Ife, known for his profound wisdom and mesmerizing tales. "Sadeh," Ife began, his voice deep and resonant, "I have heard much about your work and the impact it has had on your village. You carry a rare gift, one that can bridge worlds and unite hearts. I would like to share a story with you, one that has been passed down through generations. Sade listened intently as Ife recounted the tale of Nyoka, a legendary serpent said to possess the power of transformation and enlightenment. Nyoka, he explained, had the ability to change shape and form, symbolizing the fluidity of life and the interconnectedness of all beings. The serpent's wisdom was sought by many, but it could only be granted to those with pure intentions and a selfless heart. The story resonated deeply with Sade, reminding her of the values she held dear. She realized that her art and her efforts were part of a greater tapestry, one that connected her to the wider world and its diverse cultures. Inspired by Ife's tale, she decided to create a new piece, one that would encapsulate the essence of Nyoka and the message of unity and transformation. Working tirelessly, Sadie crafted a sculpture of the legendary serpent, its form fluid and dynamic, adorned with symbols representing the different cultures she had encountered. As she unveiled the piece, it was met with awe and admiration. The sculpture became a focal point of the gathering, a powerful symbol of the event's spirit. On the final night of the gathering, a grand ceremony was held to honor the contributions of all the participants. Sade's sculpture stood at the center of the celebration, illuminated by torches and surrounded by people from all walks of life. Ife spoke to the assembled crowd, his voice carrying the weight of generations. "This gathering has shown us the beauty of our diversity and the strength of our unity," Ife declared. Sade's work, inspired by the legend of Nyoka, reminds us that we are all connected, each one of us a part of the same great story. Let us carry this spirit of unity and transformation with us as we return to our homes. The celebration continued late into the night, filled with music, dance, and the joyous exchange of stories. Sade felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that her art had touched so many lives and brought people together in a meaningful way. As the event drew to a close, the villagers prepared to return home, their hearts full of the experiences and connections they had made. The journey back was filled with reflections on the gathering, the new friendships, and the lessons learned. Upon their return, the village welcomed them with open arms, eager to hear about the event and see the treasures they had brought back. Sade's sculpture of Nyoka was given a place of honor, serving as a constant reminder of the interconnectedness of their world and the enduring power of unity. Life in the village resumed with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. The bonds forged at the gathering strengthened their community, and the exchange of knowledge and culture continued to enrich their lives. Sade's influence grew, her art and teaching spreading far beyond the village, a testament to the power of compassion, creativity, and the shared human spirit. The village thrived in the wake of their incredible journey to the coastal city. Sade's influence continued to spread, her art and teachings becoming well known throughout the land. Life carried on with a renewed sense of purpose, the villagers united by the shared experiences and lessons they had gathered along the way. One morning, as Sade was working in her workshop, a messenger arrived bearing a letter sealed with a symbol she did not recognize. Breaking the seal, she read that the letter was an invitation from the King of the Great Plains, a realm known for its vast territories and rich cultural heritage. The king had heard of Sade's remarkable talents and the profound impact of her work. He wished to commission a grand mural to adorn the great hall of his palace, a piece that would symbolize the unity and diversity of their lands. The villagers were thrilled by the honor bestowed upon Sade, and preparations began immediately. Sade gathered a group of skilled artisans and set off for the Great Plains, eager to take on this monumental task. The journey was long and arduous, but filled with anticipation and excitement. Upon arrival at the palace, they were welcomed with open arms. The king, a wise and benevolent ruler, expressed his admiration for Sade's work and shared his vision for the mural. He wanted it to reflect the harmony of the various cultures within his kingdom, a testament to the strength found in their diversity. Sade and her team set to work, inspired by the king's vision. The Great Hall, with its towering walls and grand architecture, became their canvas. They began by sketching out the scenes, each section of the mural representing a different aspect of the kingdom's culture and history. Weeks turned into months as they toiled tirelessly, blending colors and shapes to create a masterpiece. The mural began to take shape, each stroke of the brush capturing the essence of the kingdom's rich heritage. Sade's leadership and artistic vision guided her team, ensuring that every detail was perfect. During this time, Sadie formed deep bonds with the people of the Great Plains. She learned their stories, their traditions, and their dreams, each one adding depth and meaning to the mural. The palace became a bustling hub of creativity and collaboration, the air filled with the sounds of laughter and the scent of fresh paint. One evening, as Saad was adding the final touches to a particularly intricate section, the king approached her. "Saad," he said, his voice filled with admiration, "your work is nothing short of miraculous. This mural will stand as a symbol of our unity and the beauty of our diverse cultures for generations to come. You have given us a gift beyond measure." Sade smiled, her heart swelling with pride and gratitude. "It has been an honor, Your Majesty. This mural is a reflection of the spirit and strength of your people. I am grateful for the opportunity to contribute to something so meaningful." The day of the grand unveiling arrived, and the great hall was filled with people from all corners of the kingdom. The mural, now complete, stretched across the vast walls, a breathtaking tapestry of color and life. As the king led the ceremony, he spoke of the importance of unity and the power of diversity, his words resonating deeply with all who were present. When the curtains were drawn back, revealing the mural in all its glory, a collective gasp of awe swept through the crowd. The scenes depicted were vibrant and dynamic, each one telling a story of the people and their land. Sade's vision had come to life, capturing the essence of the kingdom's spirit. As the celebration continued, Sade mingled with the crowd, receiving heartfelt thanks and praise from the people. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that her work had touched so many lives and brought a sense of pride and unity to the kingdom. With the mural complete and the festivities drawing to a close, Saad prepared to return to her village. The king presented her with a beautifully crafted token of appreciation, a symbol of the bond they had formed and the legacy she had created. The villagers, eager to hear her stories and see the fruits of her labor, awaited her return with excitement. Back in her village, Sade was greeted with joyous celebration. She shared her experiences and the lessons she had learned, inspiring her people with tales of the Great Plains and the unity she had witnessed. The token from the king was given a place of honor, a reminder of the impact they could have when they worked together and embraced their diversity. Life in the village resumed with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. Sade's influence continued to grow, her art and teaching spreading far and wide. She remained a guiding light, her work a testament to the power of unity, creativity, and the enduring spirit of her people. As the sun set over the African savanna, casting a golden glow on the land, the village thrived, its people united by a shared vision and a collective spirit. Sade's legacy lived on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who encountered it, a reminder of the beauty and strength found in the harmony of diverse cultures. As night fell, the festival reached its peak with a grand dance. Villagers from both communities joined together, their movements synchronized and harmonious. The dance was a celebration of unity, a testament to the strength that comes from standing together in the face of adversity. Amma approached Saad, her eyes shining with gratitude. "You have given us more than just your skills and labor. You have given us hope and reminded us of our strength. We will never forget your kindness." Sade smiled, humbled by Amma's words. "We are all part of a larger tapestry, each thread contributing to the beauty and strength of the whole. Your village has enriched our lives as much as we have helped yours." As the festival continued late into the night, the bond between the two villages grew even stronger. They knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united by their shared values and mutual respect. In the days that followed, the volunteers returned to their village, leaving behind a legacy of compassion and solidarity. Sade resumed her work, her heart full of the experiences and connections she had made. She knew that her art and her efforts were part of a greater purpose, one that transcended borders and united people in a common cause. The seasons changed, bringing with them new challenges and opportunities. Sade's village continued to thrive, its people drawing strength from their shared history and the bonds they had forged with their neighbors. Sade remained a guiding light, her art and teachings inspiring generations to come. In the heart of the African savanna, under the vast expanse of the sky, Sade's story continued to unfold. Her journey was far from over, and each new chapter brought with it the promise of growth, connection, and the enduring power of the human spirit. As the village basked in the warmth of their newfound unity and resilience, life resumed its rhythm, a melody of daily tasks and communal harmony. Sade continued to pour her heart into her art, her hands crafting pieces that spoke of hope, strength, and the beauty of their culture. One day, a group of elders from a distant land arrived, bearing news that intrigued the villagers. They spoke of a sacred artifact, a statue known as the Guardian of Tales, which had been stolen from their temple. This artifact, they explained, held the stories and wisdom of their ancestors, and its loss had cast a shadow over their community. Sade listened with empathy and determination. She felt a deep calling to help these elders retrieve their treasured artifact. She knew that the power of storytelling and the preservation of heritage were essential to the identity and spirit of any community. After discussing with the village council, it was decided that Sade, along with a few trusted companions, would embark on the quest to recover the Guardian of Tales. The journey led them through dense forests, across expansive plains, and into rugged mountains. Along the way, they encountered various challenges that tested their resolve and unity. They faced fierce storms, navigated treacherous terrain, and dealt with wild animals. Each obstacle only strengthened their bond and their determination to succeed. In the depths of a dense jungle, they came across a village that seemed deserted. Upon closer inspection, they discovered that the villagers were hiding in fear of a band of marauders who had taken control of the area. The leader of the bandits, a cunning and ruthless man named Chuma, was known for his greed and cruelty. Sade suspected that Chuma might have taken the Guardian of Tales, seeking to exploit its value. Sade and her companions decided to approach the villagers and offer their help. The village elder, an old man with a solemn expression, explained their plight and confirmed that Chuma had indeed stolen the artifact. He described the pain and loss the villagers felt, their heritage now held hostage by the bandit leader. Sade devised a plan to confront Chuma and retrieve the Guardian of Tales. With the villagers' assistance, they set a trap to lure Chuma and his men into a vulnerable position. Under the cover of night, they moved with stealth and precision, positioning themselves strategically around the bandits' camp. As dawn broke, Chuma and his men awoke to find themselves surrounded. Sade stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. "Chuma, you have taken something that does not belong to you. The Guardian of Tales is a sacred artifact, and it must be returned to its rightful place." Chuma laughed, dismissing Sade's words. "Who are you to make demands of me? This statue is mine now, and I will not give it up so easily." Sade remained resolute. "It is not just an artifact, it carries the soul of an entire community. We are here to reclaim what is rightfully theirs, and we will not leave without it." Seeing the determination in Sade's eyes and realizing that he was outnumbered, Chuma hesitated. He had underestimated the resolve of these villagers and their allies. With a grudging nod, he ordered his men to retrieve the statue.